These catkins caught my attention as we're walking along the lake. Nori and I, we're out for her morning walk, my morning walk. We walk around the lake today, and these catkins caught my attention. Thought they might make a nice cluster for a photograph. And of course, underneath, something beautiful. You got to see something terrible. People leaving trash and it's just no respect for public places. Discarding old TV out here is just ridiculous. I'm attracted to this bleached out leaf. Paper thin. It's been here for quite a few months. Probably stuck to this fern. It's in a state of decay that I'm surprised it's still here in one piece. I took a photo of it. I love the arch of the fern and the light being slightly diffused, but from the back gives it this really nice texture. I think there's going to be enough contrast because the leaf is so light. The tonal value seems to be quite a bit lighter than the fern, so I think there's going to be enough contrast here. It's a very simple, clean shot. Hopefully the shutter speed I'm using is going to work okay. Today I'm working with a 7200 lens. I think we're at about 135 millimeter on an old Nikon N80. Great little walk around camera for film photography. Yeah, not bad for this start the morning. Well, I just made the first images on this camera that is a new to me camera. It's in a format that I used to use quite a bit, and you could say we're having a reunion. The prodigal son has come home, or a wrong has been righted. Who knows? A mistake has been corrected. We'll talk a little bit more about this. Where was I? The light got good on me there for a second, so I went ahead and burned another frame on something that is probably not going to be a great photo, but I just love the twisty branches, and we got a couple different kinds of trees over there, so the twisty leafless branches just give a more abstract feel. It adds a lot more character to the image. It's like the trees are characters, or they're almost electric. I just love playing with that kind of imagery. And I've got a 200 millimeter on this camera. It's medium format, so it's got some reach, not as much as I would on my 35 millimeter, of course, but I've got enough to isolate a nice section over there. So this is actually the perfect lens for this composition. Well, this grass caught my attention. It feels like it's cascading, like a waterfall. And I also like that there's a bunch of leaves kind of breaking up the pattern a little bit. If I use my imagination, I see a waterfall here. Otherwise, it's just some interesting light-colored lines. This dead grass. The problem I'm having here, though, is there's a breeze, and to get enough depth of field, I'm having to use a pretty slow shutter speed because I'm using I'm rating my film at ISO 50, so it's pretty slow. So I've taken a few frames here, just trying to time it to where there's a little less wind blowing, and it might look kind of cool with a little bit of motion blur in the grass. We'll see. But I think I think I've wasted enough frames on this little patch of grass. Well, we've got some fog out here, and I thought I'd come out here early and see if I could use it. I'm not sure how much difference it's going to make on this composition, but it does smooth out the background, does give it a diffused light back there. It's pretty early in the morning. I really love how these branches reach out along this tree line. That's something that seems to be a recurring theme for me. When I see images or trees like this, I always want to make a photo. The atmosphere is probably what's going to make the shot if it works, because we've got a little bit of fog kind of drifting through here. You can kind of see it in the background. I've got a 35mm lens on a medium format camera, so this is probably around a 21-22mm, a little wider than I would normally use in a forest setting, but I think it works pretty good for this shot. It allows me to get up here nice and close. It drops off behind me, so it probably wouldn't work with a longer lens anyway. You can hear the geese off in the background. Just a gorgeous morning. Perfect place to finish off this roll. I only have like 1 or 2 frames left. This is probably not a bad subject to end the roll on. About a month ago, maybe longer, pretty recently anyway, I had posted some photos, some old photos that are part of a series that I've been doing on my Patreon page, showing some of the older shots I've made over the years with various digital cameras and various film formats. So in that post, I had mentioned that I regretted selling the camera that made a lot of those images. Out of all the cameras I've gotten rid of over the years, that was the one that I feel like was the biggest mistake. I regretted the most. So one of my patrons, Louise, must have read that, and she contacted me shortly after and said, hey, I've got this system. I've got this Pentax 645n. And she made me an offer I couldn't refuse. And so thanks to Louise, I've been able to correct that mistake. And she made it possible for me to acquire this 645n Pentax and 5 lenses, a whole system basically. It's really moving when there are people out there that invest so much into your photography, into your art. There are a few of them out there. They're my little art angels, I guess. They're looking after me. And there's a few of them. But this last one, thanks to Louise, has allowed me to shoot 645 film again. So I've been testing this camera on this roll right here, just to make sure there's no light leaks on the seals. That's stuff that you have to check for older cameras, and because it is a fairly old camera now. It's not a big deal. I don't think the light seals are going to be very difficult to replace on this film insert, and I have a few other film inserts as well, so I'll probably do them anyway. But I wanted to get this out here and see how it works, and get reacquainted with an old friend. So again, thank you, Louise. It means a lot to me.